Hi. So I have a graduation party to go to tomorrow night, and I want to make a dress for it. So yeah, it's not my graduation, it is my friend Jessica's graduation, so I'm a guest. Let me get you up to speed to my process so far. So the first thing that I did was go on Pinterest and make a Pinterest board on my ideas and like what is the vibe that I was going for. Basically, I really like flowy, ruffly dresses. I really love a ruffle, even though they do take a little long to make. So that's the vibe that I'm going for. I think this is like formal enough, and it shows like my own personality with the way that I dress. So I really like this brown one. It has like a very flowy air to it, and it has the corset, so it makes it a little like more sturdy. I really love it. So like this other brown one, I like the overall thing. I think it's a little bit more simple because it's shirred, and I don't particularly see shirring as like very formal. I think it's a little less a little more like casual. This yellow, this yellow is the first one that I was like, I really love this, but it has too many layers. I can even start thinking about like how to function this because there's so many little pattern pieces. I feel like every time there's a new ruffle here, like a little layer, there's like a separate pattern piece, and I think that would take me a lot of time to like figure out. This green one, yeah, I really love these orange ones. Was when I started salivating. I love an orange, and I was going for an orange vibe. Like I really have been wanting to dress a lot in orange, and these dresses, they look amazing. Although I don't know, maybe I feel like too many just like straight layers like this. I don't know, maybe they will cut my own body. I think I'm not tall enough for this. I'm not sure. Now this dress over here, first of all, I love Pinterest, and I post on Pinterest a lot. I do post idea pins, but I hate when something that I love is only on idea pin. Like I need a normal pin. I use Pinterest with normal pins, not idea pins. So like, anyway, the fact that this dress I can only find it in the idea pin and not in an actual pin really bothers me. But anyway, this dress here is really the vibe that I'm going for. I love it. If I found it to like just found it on a store, I would get it. Has a couple of layers. It's very sheer, the fabric, and it's very, I mean, the bustier, the top bit seems a little bit more like have to make a little bit of a pattern that fits the bust very well, but in general it seems like a very easy, straightforward dress to make. And this look that Alexa Chung wore somewhere really is something that I absolutely yum. Yum, 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 yum. I really love this. Although it is very similar to the other one that I just said, there are too many layers and maybe that will cut my body. But I love this dress. I just kept looking at it. This dress is fabulous. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so after I decided, the vibe that I was going for, I sat down at my little table and opened a paper sketchbook, which is very important to say because I have only been drawing digitally, and I need to get back to like drawing on paper because I just feel like it's important. But then I started going for the silhouettes that I was looking at on the Pinterest. So yeah, I started working with like ruffles and things like that. I did draw exactly one of the dresses, like a rounded bust top with like the 2-3 layers of ruffles, and I like that, although I think it's going to be a little bit hard to do the cup like that. So I went on and continued designing on that kind of vibe. So after I designed them a bit, I went on the Instagrams, by the way, follow me there. And I asked the people which one was their favorite. Instagram only lets me do a 4-item poll. I put it up for people to choose, and thankfully the one that I liked the most was the one that people liked the most as well. So I guess me and my followers are in this synchrony. So this was the design that won. And for the skirt, so originally I thought 4 layers because or like technically 3, because like this one I imagined going around, so like this, the bottom one from here around and here, and doing like an overlap here, so this would be one big layer with the ruffles attached, and then I did the second layer here that is like asymmetrical, and I did an extra layer here, but I think that's too much because I don't know how to do this. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. When I draw, I usually try to think of like how I would realistically make a garment that I draw. And I think I went too much on the ruffles here. Okay, so the design is chosen, and I already had a pretty good idea that I wanted it in orange. So yeah, I went to the store, and I don't know, I had a very hard time with choosing the orange. I didn't really film too much there because I was kind of shy to like be filming the fabrics, but there were quite a few orange options, but none of them were like the one that I wanted. So I went for this like very sunset orange. I don't know if you can catch in the camera, but it's really orange. But anyway, it's not as sheer as maybe I would like. It is very sheer, but I don't know, in my head I envision it a little bit more sheer. However, this was it because like this was the cheap version. It was a fancy fabric shop, okay? It's very fancy. I chose the color, and then I talked to the guy that was there, and I was like, I need a lot of it. This is why I got like the cheapest version, obviously, because there's so much gathering. And he was like, yeah, you should do this. You need to take like 6 meters. So that's how much I have. There's 6 meters of fabric here, so I have a lot to gather with. And then I have like half a meter of the lining fabric. Okay, so I have a lot of fabric. I have an idea, and I have 1 day. Okay, so I want to start with the top. So basically yesterday I was doing this kind of bralette halter top-ish kind of thing. So this is kind of what I made yesterday. The shape is pretty much what I want for the dress, although I do have to like go according to my design. I would just have to like, instead of straight, I would go on a V like this. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to start with this. That shape like fits very well on my breast, and work make the design based on these because they fit me well. Okay, so it seems like I have a plan. Asymmetrical dresses are really annoying because you really do have to drape them to understand what's happening. And to drape is kind of annoying to me. See, I have a mannequin. She's dusty. I don't know if you can tell, but she is significantly skinnier than I am.
So you think I'm skinny?
And she has way less boobs and a little bit of a flatter ass. Drafting on her is kind of the worst idea ever, because even if it looks pretty here, it won't fit on me. But I need to drape to do the asymmetrical dress. So I decided to, as I told you guys, use the pattern that I had for this top that I made last video. And I got it and I edited it. I changed it to do that like downwards V shape over here on the waist to go down almost till the hip, where the skirt will start. So I did do a little mock-up and it fits me fine. I even put the zipper on the side where I want it to be. So I will do that on the actual fabric, and I will put it on the bestie here, and then I will drape the skirt. So for this skirt is a little bit scary because right off the bat, a lot of fabric goes into it. I did do a little mini mock-up just to kind of understand how the skirt that I intended to do would work around the body. I used my friend, we can name her, I don't know, you can name her if you would like, to draft the pattern that I wanted to do and see how it would look. So this is very miniature, but I think it kind of gave me the confirmation that I think what I have in mind is going to work. So I want to do like a circle skirt, and I want to make it double the size so that I can gather it. So it's over the circles. I cannot be calling it skater skirt. The circle skirt already has a nice fall to it, but I want to gather it so that it has like a lot of volume. See, my skirts are asymmetrical. They go from like one side almost like this to like this. They do that like thing where it is like almost the natural shape that the circle would do if I use the straight side of the fabric instead of the round part. I have to like physically try to do it on the mannequin. This is why I'm doing the top first, and then I'll show it to you guys. But this came in handy because I think I could like visualize what's going to happen. I am really scared, but I'm doing it. Okay guys, here I'm cutting the pieces from the bodice, and I got sick, so I stopped doing it for the night, and this is the next day, and I'm finishing cutting it, and I am assembling it in the machine. Let's change needles. And let's put it in, let's see how much the difference is. It doesn't seem that extreme, honestly. Like, it seems like it's almost the same. Wait, what is this? This is 11. They sold me the same needle I've been using. Maybe I've been using the wrong needle. I didn't need to change the needle at all. It's the same one. Look at my bobbin collection. So I'm just sewing everything in place like I should. I'm doing two versions, so there's a lining and the actual thing, and this is me doing the circle skirt with just my measurements. Let's do the, oh my god, this is a lot of fabric. I am really scared to start cutting. Also, I don't have weights, so
these are my ladies.
My jars. Corkboard.
This is Jill. This is my lady Amy, little Susie, Brianna, Janiqua, Helga, Miss Kitty, Jeannie. I dream of
thread. I don't want to miss this. Oh boy. Half the skirt. Go to the other one. Okay, I will get them now and stitch them like one side of this, one side of that, and then I will gather here the waistline with 2 parallel stitches in like the very long stitch length, and I will not back stitch that. And so I will do that, and then let's drape. Hi. I really want to be very like motivational, like I think I'm gonna finish this before the party, but I don't actually think that. But I will power through it, and I will stop working on the dress at around 8. So 4 hours, then I'm probably going to use some dress that I already have. And then I'll finish this dress and wear it somewhere else. I just am going to start attaching it here. I think this is how it works. I'm not really a fabric kind of girly, and this is not really a draping kind of mannequin. So the thing is, it goes like this, but it should go like, I think I want to change my design. This is too pretty to like cut it like this. I am not cutting it. Ooh, I am not cutting it. This looks amazing. See, just like this, I could stop. But then what would the 6 meters of fabric be for? Because like if I stopped right now, I could finish it today to go to the party. I will cut that and see how that goes, because then I have to do the ruffles. Okay, I have the other half circle skirt, so I want to gather it here and then maybe go around. I think what I did was actually really stupid. I have to just like do this, cut like this. I will waste so much fabric doing this. And I've been bamboozled. I think I'll just do that. I will ruffle this and I'll attach it here. And I'll see where I want to cut it and I'll actually have to cut the fabric. Oh, fuck. This is why people do mock-ups. I'm not sure it was clear. I'm making the second layer of the dress and I cut the exact same shape that I did for the first layers. And now I have to cut it in like an angle to make it asymmetrical, like in my design. One side, it will go here. And then the other one looks just like this. And I will sew them in the long part here, that will go here. And I will gather it. And then I cut 3 strips of fabric. Judging by me, almost 3 meters. And I have 3 of them. I am going to cut one in the middle and divide it so to make 2, and then I will gather it to make the ruffles on the bottom of this and then on the bottom of that. I want to fold, so I got quite a big piece of fabric, but I want the ruffles to be half of it, so this big. So when I put it in, it's kind of hemmed because it's folded. So I don't have to hem everything, because honestly, to hem this kind of fabric is, I think the better way to do it is with a handkerchief hem in the overlocker. And every single time I get my overlocker, she doesn't like to work. Okay, so before attaching the gathering in the bottom, I was measuring the dress my body and I saw that it was too long, so I cut this big strip of the bottom. Okay, apparently I'm really bad with calculation. This piece that I cut to do the hem, not the hem, the ruffles, is barely bigger than this. So I don't know if I just slightly ruffle it just to meet the size, or if I get another big piece of fabric and ruffle and like stitch it to ruffle. Hi friends, I ran out of time. You cannot really make a short length, very ruffled, circle skirt ruffled, and then a lot of ruffles at the bottom of 2 panels with a pretty bodice and like a V shape down like this in one day. It's not doable, and that's sad because this would be amazing. Okay guys, speed running is very time consuming part of the project that I did later. I arranged the gathering piece to the skirt very carefully, making sure that it was all evened out, and then I stitched it in the sewing machine, making sure that I was like, you know, I had the gathers evened out even when I was in the machine. And then I did the same to the bottom piece, making sure that I was pinning the gathered part to the like right sides together with the skirt, so that I wouldn't have it wrong in the final thing. Oh my god, it's like heavy. I mean, like heavy, but like heavy for a dress. Like if you hold it from here, it's heavy. If you hold it like this, it's fine. It's still a little heavy. I have to re-drape that to here, but now it has the ruffle, so that I can drape and take it off and go to the machine. Listen, there's grass being cut. There's nothing I can do about it. The world does in fact continue, even though I have to film a video. I want to make this edge and the edge on the other skirt a little bit better. I think ideally I should just overlock, but I've been mentioning I do not want to deal with my bestie overlocker unless I need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully cut the edge, like the sewing allowance, kind of close to where the stitch that is joining everything is. Be careful to not like cut pieces of the skirt, because otherwise I'll have to redo everything. And then I think I will zigzag stitch I'm not gonna lie, this is, so far, one of the most annoying parts because it's scary. I already fucked up. Can I show you? Oh, I'm gonna show you. Here. Can you see it? I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm sorry. That was close. I don't know how people in like ateliers finish ruffles, because ruffles they're like this. Like there's a lot of fabric in a little space. Like what else are you supposed to do? Like I guess overlock, but like overlock's a bit like mass production-y, isn't it? I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm a knit person, and I don't even know that much about knit. If I cut my hand or the dress again, I'll tell you. Update, I'm in the second skirt, and I did cut myself. Right here.
Okay, so right now I'm draping the final fabric to the bust, so I will have an extra layer of fabric on top of the bust, and it's draped, so it has like it's cohesive throughout the dress.
Hey, it's been a while. I finished my zigzag stitching overlock thing, and now I basically draped how the sheer fabric would be on top of the bust, and then what I would do, cut it around roughly, mark it very well as I could, duplicate it to do the other bust, and then sew it so that I would attach the skirt here and continue finishing the look. I hate this. I think it looks really ugly. Obviously this is just like the general thing. It will look like a little bit better like this, but overall I just kind of hate it. I don't think it looks pretty. That's just a lot of fabric that I'm going to use for like beauty purposes at this point, and it's not pretty, so it's not beauty, it's just an excess of fabric in my opinion for this design. I fucked up. So this is all inside out. I have to drape the other part before because it goes in the front. I will drape this one, I will sew it, and then I will drape this one again and sew it again because I think that's easier. So, what do I do now? I just need to attach the straps. I have these pieces, and I will do a stitch a very narrow stitch. Okay. I just need to see. Okay. Yeah, I can cut exactly half. Reinforcing the stitch in the part that I cut just because I don't want it to like come loose. Okay, so after a while of crying every time I need to turn a strap inside out, I decided to buy one of these, and I will just put it here. Secure the tip. Yeah. Now I will just pull it, and no, you have to work, babes. You have to work. So I didn't buy you for nothing. I hate this task so much. Like I can spend hours making the ruffles of my dress look nice, but spending more than a minute trying to turn a strap inside out is just a picture of hell for me. Please work. Please, I'm begging. It's working. Yay. Happiness. One strap done.
Okay, so I turned the other strap inside out and I ironed them both, and here I'm placing them where they are going to be on the dress, in the front and in the back. And then I take them out, put the other part of the top, the lining, facing right sides together on the top, and I will have the straps sandwiched in between those two on the top and then the back. And then I'm just going to stitch around the top of the top.
Okay, so this is what I did. I sewed it here, so I just turned it inside out. I have to take in a lot here because it's too... it's not working. So I'm going to cut all of this from the strap and re-stitch it on the back. I clipped the whole side, and now I'm going to figure out how to put my zipper on. So maybe I'll just only use it till here, hopefully, and see, like, I don't know if you can tell, there is a difference obviously from the lining fabric, like the top fabric to the skirt fabric, and maybe I should have taken more time to kind of elaborate the layering here with this fabric. I don't know, because for me this is a very chic fabric, but the guy in the store did tell me that this was a lining fabric. Like, there's one color of this fabric that I wanted to purchase. It was the best color. It was so beautiful, and they only had it in the lining fabric, and I was like, I want that. And he was like, that's lining fabric. And I'm like, what's wrong with lining fabric? Why can't I just use it for the outside? And that's what I'm doing with this fabric.
So I just watched a video on how to attach an invisible zipper with a lining, and maybe I should have done the zipper before finishing like the edges here, but I didn't do that. So I will try and see how it works. Also, I will link the invisible zipper video that I found. Invisible zipper foot, and I sewed the side from here down, and I'm going to measure from here to here, and I'm going to cut the zipper, and I'm going to try to attach. Okay, attaching the zipper was actually quite fun. I just followed the tutorial, and then I'm finishing the lining by folding it on, this is the wrong side, so like the inside. I'm folding it and placing the lining of the bust just below the stitch, the seam from the top to the skirt. And then I'm going to be sewing on the right side in the ditch, so sewing in that seam already, like on top of the seam on the right side, so it's not really visible in the outside, but it is in the inside. So this is the inside.
Besties! I'm finally done! I'm actually really happy with it. So how many more hours did I work on it after I was supposed to finish? I think it would be like a total of like 8 more hours-ish to finish this dress, since I left it on Saturday. So yeah, I would not have finished it that day. Yeah, this is a little bit of a time-consuming project, and it's mostly because of the ruffles. If you were to do this dress without the ruffles, that could be faster. Some final considerations. I kind of wish I did do the gathered bust. I mean, maybe I don't wish I had done the gathered bust, but maybe I should have just done a third layer with this fabric. Also, the ruffles are a bit bulky, and that's because I doubled the fabric. So maybe I should have gone for the overlock stitch, because I can do that, and it would be a cute finishing, like a nice finishing for the ruffle, and I would use a little less fabric. I did use quite a bit of the fabric. I could have gone with 5 meters, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, overall I quite like it. I'm quite pleased with it. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this dress, if it inspired you to make your own dress or something like that. Any questions, do leave them down below. Consider following the channel, subscribing, and I will leave my social media on screen so that you can follow me everywhere else. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!